being given in recognition of my scientific contributions to economic theory. In all my scientific work, I have always been careful not to inject any elements of my religious faith into the substance of my work. My goal being to persuade objective students of economics that work is valid regardless of religious beliefs. Nonetheless, at the beginning of each of my books, on the dedication page, I have always acknowledged the divine help with which that book had been written. I believe, therefore, that it is appropriate for me at this moment to express my profound gratitude to the Creator for guiding me throughout my career. As I look back on the chains of circumstances which led me to study under my revered teacher, Ludwig von Mises, and the subsequent steps in my intellectual development, it is impossible for me to claim the credit for my life's work. I must unquestionably acknowledge the inscrutable working of the great invisible hand. But all this does not in any way diminish my profound gratitude to the Fund for the Study of Spontaneous Order for recognizing the significance of my work. I am most grateful to Professor Peter Bethke for his role in arranging this award. I am deeply grateful to Professor Mario Rizzo, to Professor Peter Klein, to my absent dear friend of half a century, Dean Henry Manny, for the paper that he prepared for this occasion, and to Professor Don Boudreau for his outstanding, brilliant presentation of Henry Manny's work. And I'm grateful to all of them for the generous and sympathetic attention which they have given to my work today, and for what I would like to consider to be their deeply perceptive evaluations of that work. Virtually all of my work, ever since my doctoral dissertation of 1957, has consisted in rediscovering and expounding the profound insights contained in the work of my teacher Ludwig von Mises and his close disciple and colleague Friedrich A. Hayek. I emphasize the notion of expounding insights because perhaps this notion encapsulates the guiding principle of my scientific endeavors. As most authors do, I read published reviews of my books with great interest. I must confess that most, but not quite all, of the published reviews of my books have been at best lukewarm. One of the reviews which gave me the most pleasure was the review published in the London Institute of Economic Affairs journal, Economic Affairs, in September 1997. This was a review of my book, Essays on Capital and Interest, 1996, which was recently being republished reminds us forcibly of this. This is the end of the quote from D.P. O'Brien.
George Mason University, Fairfax, Virginia, February 7, 2013.